The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. We got three through. Okay. Lady. Let's go. Run, run.
On first down, Wentz. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, here's Wentz. He finds Matthews. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Philadelphia first down, Wentz finding Matthews.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Wentz on third down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Preston Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Eagles trotting back out there. You had their game last week against Carolina. What a disappointing loss for Philly to drop them to 3-4. What happened? They were up 17 points.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? And the problem for them, besides blowing the lead, which we'll get to in a second, they didn't score enough when they had the opportunity. They got 17 points, but they had an opportunity really for like 27, which would have really put them out there. But instead, they left Carolina an opening, and they took it. The Eagles are now only the 4th team in the Super Bowl era to lose a game. They led 17-0 or better in the 4th quarter at home. And what a tough one for them. Now, Carson Wentz had a great game throwing the ball. 30 of 37, 310 yards, 2 touchdowns, but ended up having a fumble on the last play of the game, and that ended it, and Carolina won the ball game.
And the Super Bowl champs under 500. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Come on now. Let's go. Lefty.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Goes underneath for Sproles. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Here we go. 120. Good chip.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here we go. Back man. 120. Hey, forward, Tokyo.
They'll run him now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now, 1st and 10.
Hey, back up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
There we go. Back man. 120.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Here we go. Waiting.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
To throw, it's Wentz. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, Charles, pretty big piece of news around the NFL on Monday the 22nd. Dallas Cowboys, all the talk about them needing a big-time target out wide. They went and got Amari Cooper.
The speculation was there. The discussion was there. But then late Monday, as you noted, it became real. The Cowboys decided they needed a WR1 and went to Oakland and got Amari Cooper and gave up their #1 draft pick for 2019 in return.
What do you think of the fit there?
I think the fit is excellent. Dallas screaming for a wide receiver who can attract attention, stretch the field, and make big plays over the top. He can do all of that. He should help his quarterback, Dak Prescott, become an even better player.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again, Smith. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. Ready? Hey, empty.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Shotgun now for Wentz. Hurts over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, CD taking a peek at some of the injuries from around the league in Week 7. We did have a few. Quan Alexander on that Bucs defense went down with an injury. They'll be monitoring Sony Michel in New England. Now, remember, they already lost Jeremy Hill, Rex Burkhead out of that backfield, so a couple injuries to note.
Certainly, and Quan Alexander in the middle of the Tampa Bay defense, which was already struggling. They may not get him back the rest of the season. Sony Michel, they're hoping to get him back after a few weeks. Albert Wilson in Miami has made big plays all season long, has a hip injury. That could cost him some serious time, if not the season. LaShawn McCoy, Melvin Gordon, they're hoping to get them back in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, interesting that they won without Melvin Gordon last week. That was a big win.
Wentz to throw again. And Jeffrey's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 59 yards. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The Washington Redskins, they've been kind of an under-the-radar team. And now they're in first place in the NFC East after surviving the Cowboys 20-17 on that late field goal off the upright, Charles. You're getting ready to have them this week against New York. What do you make of this Redskins squad?
Well, they're a very veteran type of a team. Alex Smith, the quarterback. Adrian Peterson, now their lead runner. A number of other guys sprinkled in there. So they're not the youngest team that you've ever seen, but they're a team that's powered by getting after early leads. Go and look at their season. If they lead early, they win ball games. If they get down early, they don't come back and win games. So that's their formula for success. Fast starts, playing with leads, and then it's tough to run the football against some of those young defensive tackles in Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen.
Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. Hey, front. Hey, let's roll. We're left. 15.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was the veteran safety, Malcolm Jenkins, who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Sproles, the return. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Go. 120. Back line. Check. 53 fight. Check. 53 fight.
Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun, it's Wentz. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And down he'll go at the 25. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hang in there now. 3 down. Here we go. 180. Run. Big stop. great. You got nothing. You got nothing. Flag. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
To throw is Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Hey, back up. Good blitz. Orange.
After the interception, here's Smith. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Mike Bennett, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
12.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Past the 20. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check. 15, yeah. Slot.
Smith. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on 1st down.
Here we go. 120. Ram.
They'll begin here with Adams. And he's got room. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch out for 86. Here we go. 180.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Michael Bannon in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
From the gun, here's Smith. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run on 1st down. Adams. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Here we go. 180! Tighten up.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
3 down. Here we go. 120.
Now Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Back to throw, Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. From the red zone now, Smith finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jordan Reed, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 13-7. Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. And out now come the Eagles. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Run.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, it's Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Wentz to throw again. Hurts over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Wentz again. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. On second down now, Adams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The tackle there by Fabian Moreau. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Again, here's Adams. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Sproles. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 120.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Screen pass to Sproles. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Wentz to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Darren Sproles from 8 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So out now come the Redskins. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. On 1st down, Smith. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. A shotgun snap for Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wentz to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Wentz. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
This one caught by Crowder. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pick up there, a 22. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Yellow. Double. 15.
On 1st down, it's Smith. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Smith. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Smith on 1st down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tam.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Sproles. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back to throw. Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. One last throw here for Smith. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going